Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Coffee with Carl. I am your host, Carl Zoellner, one of the attorneys here with Anderson Business Advisors. Uh, Wanted to address today some of the issues or some of the ways we are talking about the EIDL and the PPP loans that are out there with the government or from the government and the SBA, and want to just touch on some brief things or some very general items involved with these loans. So one of the most common things we're coming across these days is, well, do I qualify for the EIDL or the PPP or both? And so I wanted to share with you a very basic summary of who qualifies for each. Now, going along with that, if you'd like more in-depth information, I'd encourage you to call in or call and talk to us, as well as Toby, Clint, Michael, the partners of Anderson are putting out lots of video, lots of content, as well as our CEO, David Gass, on the alternative lending sources side. So please take advantage of that content, especially during this time where there's lots of misinformation out there and lots of and a changing landscape, because this thing changes quite a bit and has changed quite a bit. So it's important to understand what each type of loan is for, or even just what I look at when I'm talking to a client and looking if they're a good fit for the loan. Now, probably the broadest applicable loan on here is the EIDL loan. It's basically for almost any kind of economic injury. That's hence the EI, the economic injury disaster loan portion of this. So if you even just own a few rental properties, things like that, the EIDL can be a good option for you, something to look at for sure. The PPP comes with some additional complexities because the PPP is the Paycheck Protection Program. So what we're looking for is small business owners, even sole proprietors can apply for the PPP loan as well. But really what we need to see is some sort of payroll, or if you're an independent contractor, sole proprietor, we want to see some Schedule C income. So that's sort of your initial hurdle and initial questions that'll come down to say, hey, do I qualify for EIDL or PPP loan or both? Many cases it's both, just depending on if you're a small business owner. If you tend to just be a more passive asset investor, meaning rental properties, things like that, I would focus more on the EIDL, and then we'd have to really look and see if you're appropriate for the PPP. One more thing I'd like to mention before I sort of wrap up this short video on EIDLs and PPPs is that these are great programs that have come out to help folks during this strange time we live in with this COVID-19, and hopefully we'll be done with this sooner rather than later. But it's got to be the right fit. It's got to be you got to have your numbers correct, and you need you should have somebody be helping you with these loans. We have a program that helps folks apply for these different items, as well as take a broader look out there what's available for alternative financing sources. I put out a video on Section 139, which can help folks that already have some business established. There's lots of items out there, but you really want to have sort of a comprehensive rundown with somebody who can understand what they're looking at, so you're not just banging your head against your keyboard. So this intended to be a short video today. Want to thank you all, as usual, for joining me with this episode of Coffee with Carl. And if you need anything, please let me know, or please let us know. We're always happy to help, especially with our platinum clients. Happy to help y'all as well. And even if you're considering becoming a new client or just have some general questions, make sure you're taking advantage of all of our free content, as well as if you are interested, we always offer the first consult for free, in that we can draw you up a wealth planning blueprint, which is basically a visual depiction of the best tax and asset protection structure that's available for you. So until next time, thanks for joining me for this episode of Coffee with Carl, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.